I want to take this honor and the privilege on behalf of the government of the Republic of Uganda to officially hand over this aid from AWYAD or the Aid and Start to the beneficiary, who is Aisha Rashida, as the first beneficiary and also official launching of the distribution of the aid in the Mbale City and the Mbale District. I thank you.
Can we have the and the iron sheets and all other as the second beneficiary, that it will create an impact in his home state and the entire area over my country. Thank you.
Through the office of the RCC, I want to hand over the mattress and the blanket and the iron sheets to the fourth beneficiary, and I want to advise him that let him not construct in the place where the disaster occurred, because that one is very dangerous, and I advise him to get another place to put a good house. We thank you, we thank AWYAD, we thank Helpage, women, African women, I prefer mentioning that, and the youth, and thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Our support to Twaha and many others who will be receiving this support today, tomorrow, and Saturday. That this help is as a result of the general support from the people of Start Fund. Thank you very much. I believe Mutwera who affected Atora Mbale stay Navi to me a hundred states in Mbale. Ali Okora Mauritian.
Akati balero kunyeka esanyu kunaka amabati n'ebintu bisikadde ebintu by'omu nyumba byonna byabeera wansi byonna byabeera ettaka njere n'emmotoka byonna amazzi gayingiramu. Mpulira essanyu lingi nnyo. Sikadde ne munaane Robert abakwekwe abeera oluseero.
And for those who wouldn't do much because we couldn't return the life, but we said we would do something to support those that are still living. There are those whose houses had been washed away. We had to find ways of supporting them. Others had their gardens washed away. Others had their livelihood taken, those who had animals, those who had small businesses, because of the impact of the floods, were grossly affected. And as AWYAD, being a responsible organization, we had to come look for partners. We looked for Helpage, who is one of our partners. We raised a quick alert to one of our donors, and we were able to get funds approved in a short time, and we were able to come and start engaging the district, because we didn't want to just come and dump assistance. like other partners have been doing. For us, we wanted to first know who is being affected and how can we help. And also we wanted to know whether there is somebody who has been assisted and help another who has not been assisted. So over a whole month, that's what we've been doing, verifying, visiting different homes and communities to see who is really affected. And now my team here, we've been able to generate a list of people that were affected, and we have been able to procure a kit of assistance that we are going to deliver to the people in the community. This kit is a small one. We are providing iron sheets, 3,000 in total, and these iron sheets, we are giving 10 iron sheets per household. That means we are giving 300 households of affected persons, and mainly we are targeting the elderly persons. We are also providing mattresses to 450 households. That means we are giving each household one mattress as a start. We are also giving a blanket. We are also giving a jerrican and a basin. We are also, and a bucket. We are also providing a raincoat to the community structures and reflector jackets such as this, those structures that are helping us to do the awarenesses and disaster preparedness activities. So besides giving this assistance today, we are also building the capacity of the local structures right from the LC1 up to the district level. You heard that we've been working with the district to come up with a contingent plan, the city as well. We're organizing training for the disaster management committees. So we have a bigger package other than just the commodities we are giving today. And we are looking forward to building resilience of the communities that were affected, also restoring the environment along the river banks, but also in the mountainous areas by promoting planting of trees and providing alternative livelihood opportunities other than people depending on farming on the hills, which causes disaster or cutting trees for charcoal to make money. We are looking at providing alternative livelihood activities, income generating activities, such that people are able to leave the mountains intact to avoid such calamities as this.
I work for Helpage International. We work with older persons. We promote the rights of older persons aged 60 and above. And for this response, we are working together with AWYAD, who are focusing more on women and the youth, because we recognize that older persons do not live independently. But in Africa, and also in Mbale, in a household of older persons, you will always find children, in most cases who are orphaned. We will find adults that are living with a disability. We will find some women that probably have separated from some failed marriages and are back home. So it is an all-round household in Africa. So when we focus on older persons, we also work together with other organizations that are targeting other categories of people so that we have a holistic approach to development. We want to thank the leadership of Mbale and the government in general for working closely with us to enable us to support to the floods disaster that unfortunately occurred recently. So when this happened, as Helpage International, we thought that we should really support the older persons. And we also felt that we should work with another organization to ensure that issues of women and youth are also addressed. So we worked together with AWYAD, and we received support from Start Network. I want to recognize Start Network and to request members here that we clap for them in their absentia. So this funding is coming from Start Network through Helpage International, and we are partnering with AWYAD. So that's why we are here, and that's why we want to recognize also the government leadership. This wouldn't have been possible if you had said no, we don't need your support, wouldn't have come. So thank you so much for welcoming us and for working closely with us in identifying the beneficiaries, the people that were affected with the floods, because we wouldn't have known. For example, the older persons councils that are on the ground, we want to thank you so much. The youth councils, the iron sheets, to really support those whose houses were destroyed by the floods. And we have a full package that has the nails and the rubber washers, which will enable them reconstruct what has been lost. Will be the quantities 10 iron sheets and some at least 1 kilogram of nails. And then we have the blankets, because we know floods and this weather really affects people. They will need to keep warm to avoid most of the diseases. And more especially when it comes to the older persons. Naturally, they always feel cold, but when it is a bad weather like this, when floods are all over, when the houses are flooded with water, then the temperature even becomes cooler. So that's why we thought of the blanket. We thought also of the raincoats to protect them from the drizzles and keep them warm, to keep healthy. We have the jerrycans, we have the buckets, we have water purifiers, because we know that the water has been contaminated. We also have the umbrellas. So I know when time comes we'll see all those in detail, but that is what we managed to offer to supplement our government interventions. So thank you so much for working with us, and we hope that the people that have been affected will find some relief from the support that we have.
We were received overwhelmingly. I want to say thank you to the RCC and the rest of the leadership for the overwhelming support and welcome. We didn't know where to begin from, but when we talked to the leadership, first we were given the internal security network to generate the most accurate lists of people affected. And the lists that were given to us by the internal security were 100% accurate, because wherever we went to verify, they were the exact people that were affected. So thank you very much, internal security, for the support. We want to thank the city leadership, the town clerk, and all the staff. They have been very supportive and have guided us to reach and implement all activities. We started this a month back. We are not starting now. We have done a number of activities in almost all sub-counties, trainings on disaster preparedness, prevention, and response. We have trained WASH committees, community protection committees, and had a lot of engagements. So today is not the only day that we are coming to work here, but we've been here. Every corner of the district we've reached. Today is an important day to fulfill the words we've been talking about wherever we've gone. We've been saying we shall bring you assistance, bring you assistance. Today we come to fulfill that promise. And as you can see, we have lots of things that are packed that we are going to redistribute. As my colleague from Helpage, Emily, has mentioned. And this is not all. We have other things in the store, in our store in senior quarters. So this is what we're able to bring here to show, because we couldn't bring everything. This assistance, as Emily has mentioned, we are targeting those that were affected. We know that there are other people in need all over the district and the city, but today we are only focusing on those that were first affected by the floods. And we are not here for short term. We are looking at being in Mbale for the longer term. We are looking at working with the older persons to support them enjoy their livelihoods in old age. We are looking at working with the youth and women to live decent livelihoods. So our presence here is going to be longer term, and we are going to work tirelessly to look for more resources to bring to this city and empower the people of the city and the district. I want to say that as AWYAD, we work with mainly women, youth, and children. And as we go along, we are looking at developing, fostering interventions that empower those three categories. But we are going to work in partnership with Helpage as we continue, because they bring in the unique aspect of empowering elderly persons. So we are in this together.
For this event, I feel much humbled to be part of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to add my voice on my sister, the Deputy Mayor, to appreciate Bwayo. May you clap for him once again. I have always mentioned a number of times that if you forget where you are going, at least remember where you are coming from. And Bwayo has made sure that he has remembered at least where he came from. I've seen many people when they reach Kampala, they begin speaking even broken Uganda to dissociate themselves from the indigenous people they've accused themselves. And when I say I feel proud of that. I want also to add a voice to appreciate the government of Uganda for creating an enabling environment to ensure that such services can reach us. I want to say that we as Mbale District and as a city, we shall ensure that we create an enabling environment such that the number of years AWYAD will stay here, that they will enjoy equal as we also enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bwayo underestimated this function. But I want to say that the magnitude of an event, it is only determined by the impact it will create in the society. And we are here today because of the impact this event is going to create in the society. We have had many women and many men who are homeless, who are starving, who don't have even what to eat. And I believe that this activity has come timely and it is going to create a greater impact in the society. I want to appreciate AWYAD. They have mentioned a number of interventions they have undertaken. But I want to say that last week, we had a training on the contingency plan. When the floods came, most of us were in our comfort zone. We didn't know what to do next. But the training they gave us, I believe that in the number of years which will come ahead, will get us a bit prepared. Can we clap for them for that, ladies and gentlemen? I want to wind up by saying that we shall try as we can to ensure that these items reach the intended benefits. They have mentioned that they have identified those ones to benefit. But I want to say that identifying is different from delivering to the real beneficiaries. You can identify, but on the way things get lost. So we shall ensure that whatever beneficiary who has been identified, these items will reach them.
Here, I'm happy that, of course, I did not go to school at my early age because of economic problems we faced and the turmoil we went through could not allow me to complete education. So I chose to go after NRM had created an environment where you can go to school at any age. So I'm pursuing my bachelor's degree in social work and social administration at AWYAD. But I think I did not choose a bad course, because one of the course units in social work and social administration has a component of disaster preparedness. There is also palliative care, which cares about me. So I now know how to care about myself where I am now. But more so, what has actually helped me is because I'm still at the IUIU, I've already completed my second year, but because of the training I had in disaster preparedness actually helped me. Actually, part of it is to ensure that when you have a disaster, ensure you work with any partner who is bringing aid to your nation. So maybe if I had not had that education background at IUIU, I would have not been able to live my expectations. Therefore, I want to appeal to all of you that as we now face this situation, what I discovered in my training is that disasters occurs in three ways, but I'll talk about one. Human activity. This one here is a human cause of a disaster we're experiencing. Why? It's because we as humans have degraded the environment in our places. I grew up not seeing water direct. As soon as I approached a river, you would only see a grass on top. You could not see rain raining, and immediately you see the water changes color. No, you would even see them as you're on top there, coming out very purified, even after rain. But our human activities have depleted the environment, has affected the riverbanks, has disorganized the ecosystem in mountains there, and it's a result where now when it rains, water force soil to erode and then fills the rivers, then raises the water levels, and then the water levels now look to attack us, people who destroyed the environment. Therefore, it's at this juncture I want to echo the guidance of government, and in this case His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, that leaving the habit of destroying the environment is now, not tomorrow. We would have done it yesterday, we didn't, and we have suffered. Therefore, from now on, government appeals to all of us, including me, that wherever you are, if you have an ecosystem, please protect it. If you depleted it, rehabilitate it by restoring it. Our river banks need to be protected so that they work as breaks for this soil erosion which fills the rivers, and also protect the natural resources which comes with the water protected. Therefore, as my colleague, the Deputy Echo, AWYAD and the team, one of the conditions we should attach on this aid is that where the house suffered a destruction because of the floods should not be the spot where you are taking these iron sheets, because you shall not have more opportunity to get this magnitude of support to replace again another house of these iron sheets you are getting if it is destroyed. So they should relocate to safer areas, and the government is committed. You saw yesterday, the other day, Cabinet passed that it is now going to support to relocate people from all disaster-prone areas. So let us support government in this and ensure that people relocate to safer areas to protect life. Otherwise, I want to thank you. I want to thank Mbale District leadership, led by my son,